people like I think there's kind of mixed opinions on how to enforce a boundary, how to establish a boundary. Most guys don't even think about, like, they're already in a relationship. They can't believe that some chick is sucking their, they can't believe that they're already in a relationship, right? They don't think about establishing boundaries because to do so is confrontational. And they just got into this new girlfriend. I just got this new relationship with this girl. I don't want to fuck anything up. Well, my opinion is this. If you want the Rollo Tomassi take on it, I'll give it to you. Boundaries mean fuck all unless there's teeth in the boundaries, unless there's an actual punishment involved in that. Okay. Let me go back to your thing here. Do we discover them and walk away from it? You mean her boundaries or your boundaries? Do we embody the boundary? How do I apply the boundary? Okay. So yes, you embody the boundary, but I will tell you how, but you got to know how you get there. I'm not a big fan of communication solves everything. You should it's open communication. No, it's not just not that you communicate. It's what you fucking communicate. And by the way, there's multiple ways to communicate. Women sure should know this: subcommunications, innuendos, dirty looks, facial expressions, what you wore to the club that night. There's women get more information, like are more well versed, let's just say, on communication than men are. And that's a researchable fact. So like, yay, team woman, you're better communicators. Well, not necessarily better, but you have more avenues of communication than most men do, but men can, but they have to practice it. It's not like innate to our psychology. Can men be as good a communicator as women? Yes, but they have to go through a process of learning what comes innately, more naturally to women, right? It's the same thing as like when I say, well, mathematics, STEM fields, those kind of things. Like little boys can throw a rock or a ball with more force and more accuracy than a girl can. Now, can you teach a girl to be a really good little league pitcher? Yes, you can, but not as easily as you can a boy, because boys have an innate facility with that. It's just evolutionary, right? Can women throw rocks and little girls? Can little girls, throw rocks and baseballs and stuff like that with a good force and accuracy? Probably the force part, no, but the accuracy, you can teach that, but you have to teach that. Whereas for men, for boys, it comes more naturally. Now, same thing can be applied to communication for women. Okay. So there's the innate side of things, and then there's the learned side of things. When it comes to boundaries, I'm of the opinion that women have to cross those boundaries to learn what those boundaries are. And that's just part of the discovery process. So like for me to sit and say, okay, I never want to see you do this. I never want you to wear that. I never want you to hang out with that bitch. I never want you to go on a girls' night out to Las Vegas. I don't want you to do just run down a laundry list of your boundaries, or just address them as they come up. Women want to play the game. They don't want to be told that they are playing a game. And as I said before, boundaries have to be painful. There has to be a punishment for crossing that line. And the moment you establish a boundary, and that woman crosses that boundary, and you don't enforce the punishment and the consequence, like most men won't, because they don't think it's their right to have any standards, much less any boundaries to enforce those standards. Once you do that, then you're a paper tiger. Then she loses respect for you. I guess, especially if she had a strong father and her father would fucking put his foot down and lay down the fucking law, and you don't. And she's waiting for the hammer to drop and it doesn't drop. And so you had this long discussion about boundaries this and boundaries that, and you don't enforce those boundaries. So my next point is this: is that if it's something that she I usually pair the boundaries talk with innate, natural, genuine desire. Okay, so you have to take in the desire dynamic as well. So let's just give you an illustration. A woman, or your girlfriend, your wife, whatever, says, "Hey, babe, me and the girls have been planning this girls' weekend to Las Vegas. Don't worry, we have nothing to worry about. We're just going to go and be girls. It's girls' weekend. We're going to get our nails done, go to the spa, blah, 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 blah." And you know goddamn well that her girlfriends are all single and she's in a relationship with you. Yeah. So you're even in the back of your head, you're probably going, well, I'm not really comfortable with that. So no, right? And if you vocalize that, then now you are an insecure guy because you don't trust her, or you're insecure in your quality, in your sexual market value, in your being a high value man, right? Well, high value men wouldn't worry about that. No, it's whatever. The thing is that it's not about any of that. It's about her desire to do that. So once she asks for permission, once she's bringing it up, what she's saying is, a weekend with my girlfriends is preferable to a weekend with you. Because if I'm the primary, if I'm the one that this woman wants to be with, that conversation doesn't even come up. I mean, if she wants to go out and have, drinks with her friends or girlfriend, I'm not a tyrant. I'm not a fucking jailer. Fine. But the thing is if she's asking for, because she's knowing with the pre-knowledge, the foreknowledge, that it might upset you. And so therefore she's going for permission to ask you if she can go and do these things. You're already put in a really tough place. And so my advice, such as it is you say, yes, honey, you go have a good time, have fun with your friends, go do what you want to do. And then don't say anything else. Most guys will go, but if you do, this is the ultimatum part. If you do, then you're out of my life. Don't say that. Do not say that. Say, go have a good time, whatever. She's gone. She takes off with her friends. She's jumping on the plane, whatever. Pack up all her shit, put it in boxes, put it out on the porch, put it out on the sidewalk, change the locks. Put her on read, whatever you got to do, like ditch her number, whatever you have to do. If she's your wife, you might consider papers, whatever. I don't know. But the reason why I say that is because I'm saying this for effect, by the way, is because if when she comes back and she says all her shit here and the locks are changed, that's when the pain of the consequences comes into play. That's when, oh shit, I did something wrong, registers. And the thing is it's not even so much like wrong or right, or there's not ethical considerations. It's the fact that she wanted to. The fact that going off and doing that seemed to be a better idea or more desirable than being with you. And as I said before, when it comes to the desire dynamic, right? It has to be complete. It has to be total. I brought this up on Access Vegas one time. I said, I want a woman that has such desire for me that she will leave her family, renounce her religion, quit her job, move across the country, and stay with me. To sacrifice, how much does a woman sacrifice to a guy? It's never expected. It's the other way around, as a matter of fact. Most guys will sacrifice everything so that they can please that woman. And that's really kind of the narrative that you'll get from TradCons all the time. We've heard it over and over again at the TPUSA convention thing. You have to make her happy, and you can't have any video games until you do, right? All that is sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. What is she sacrificing? What do women sacrifice? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. So that desire has to be that complete. It has to be that total. And how do I know that it's that total? Because the thought, the concept of, I wonder if it's crossing a boundary if I go to a girls' night out with my girlfriends. Maybe I should ask her. That's not even a blink of a synapse in her brain. That doesn't happen. Because you are so much a better deal and so much a better experience than that it would never even be conceived in her brains, right? That's the totality of the desire. And I'm going to talk about that here. That's actually the main topic of today's show. So we'll get to that here in a minute. But how do you apply that boundary? You have to make it hurt. Do I pick up and walk away? Well, it depends on what boundary it is. I can't really tell you if it's like, oh, she left her toothbrush on the counter, or she, didn't do one thing that you're expecting. Or I don't know, whatever it is. I have no idea what the boundary might be. So by order of degree, okay, I don't know what the boundary is. So for some guys, they got their boundary is she's got to be in a fucking burqa all the time. That's not one of my boundaries. It's never been a boundary for me or my wife. I'm happy when she dresses sexy. I like to look at my wife. I think she's hot.